We are going to open up as we have been all week with our review of our DMR. Today is your last day to ask questions because your DMR tomorrow will be a test, okay? So I'm going to show each question solving, and then I will ask if there are questions on those, and then I will answer those questions for you. So this is your last day to ask a question because tomorrow is your test, and I do not help on tests, okay? So let's take a look at this together, and I will ask you each time what questions you have. First thing is your name. What questions are there about how to write your name?
None.
None. That's good. I'm glad. You were in third grade.
See, that's easy.
That is easy. If you were in third grade and had a question about that, I would be concerned. So good. All right. Next one. Select all that are equal to this number. This number is 800 plus 9, which we know is 809. So I will read carefully. 890. Oh, that tricked quite a few of you because it says 9B, not 9, but quite a few of you chose it. Nope. 809. Yes. 800s. So I would have 800s cubes. I would have 9 10 sticks. Nope. I have 0 10s. Look at my tens place. There's nothing there. So that's wrong. 800s, 9 1s. Yes, that is correct. So for this one, there were 2 answers and they appeared here. Any questions on why this is the correct answer or how to represent numbers?
Me.
Yep.
So I don't really get it on the times one. Like,
So this,
I'm
what it
really
means when we see the times, it just means that you'll see that 8 times. So this means there are 8 hundreds, which would mean it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You would do it 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that's a lot to write all of this. So we use that multiplication sign to say we did it 8 times. Does that make sense or is that still confusing?
No, it makes a little bit more sense.
Alrighty, so that's why. And then it would be the same thing with the tens. This says 9 times 10. So instead of writing 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 and doing that 9 times, we just say it's there 9 times. Okay, good question. Anything more about why these are the correct answers for this problem? Terrence.
I don't know what to do because I just got here.
We're just reviewing our DMR.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So now we'll scroll down a bit. We have the next 2. What is the value of the underlined digit? Remember, value is a word that means worth. How much is it worth? We talked about I can have 2 pieces of paper. They're both green. They both have a face on them. But if one of them has a 1 and one of them has a 10, the 10 piece of paper is worth more, right? Just like dollar bills. If we would have more of a value, we could buy more. So value is how much it's worth. This 5 is underlined and this 5 is in the tens place. So this is worth 50. 5 tens is worth 50. Questions on that one? Okay, awesome. Next one says add. Use your whiteboard or math notebook to help you work the problem. Regroup if needed. Type the sum below. So I have 201 plus 63. 1 plus 3 is 4. 0 plus 6 is 6. 2 plus nothing is 2. So this is exactly what I would type right here. 264. I would not add a space. I would not add words. I would not add a smiley face because that would count it as wrong because the only way this computer marks you as correct is if you only put the answer, 264. Questions on this addition problem?
No.
Sophia. You there, Sophia?
I keep forgetting everything.
Huh?
I keep forgetting everything.
Okay, let me know if you remember. All right, next one says subtract. Use your whiteboard or math notebook to work the problem. Regroup if needed. That means on tomorrow's quiz, you should not be trying to do this in your head because mistakes might happen. You should be using a piece of paper or a whiteboard to help you so that you can show your regroupings. 500, subtract 361. I have 0 ones. That's impossible to subtract 1. So I need this to become a 10. The problem is there's nothing here. So I have to go to the hundreds. This becomes 4 hundreds and 10 tens. Now that there are 10 tens, I can double borrow, and now I have 10 here. So when we subtract across zeros, this is what a lot of you did. A lot of you just switched the order and acted like that was possible, and you told me that 0 minus 1 was 1. If I have nothing, there's nothing there. Can you come take 1 out of my hand? There's nothing there. So you can't just magically say, yeah, that equals 1. You can't just choose to do this, okay? You have to regroup to make it possible. So 10 ones subtract 1 1 is 9 ones. 9 tens subtract 6 tens is 3 tens. 400 subtract 300 is 100. So this is the answer that I would type. No spaces, no smiley faces, no extra information, just the numbers. Questions on that subtraction problem? All right. So tomorrow when you get your DMR, you will have a test. So tomorrow it is a quiz, okay? Alrighty, today we are going to continue our work on word problems. However, we are going to take a look at word problems while following steps. So we've spent the last 2 days talking about how when you see a word problem, you have to think about what that really means in an actual real life situation, right? Word problems is just a story. It's just comprehending information that's happening in our world. So we have to make sure that what we do is possible in the real world. Just like I just showed you, if I have 0, y'all can't come take 1 out of my hand. If I said, here, take a piece of candy, there's nothing there. You would say, that's rude, I can't do that. It's the same thing in math. You can't make something impossible work, okay? So we're going to take a look at some steps for problem solving that can help you make sure you complete each portion of a word problem. This lesson comes from Mr. Mejia today. We'll watch this and then we'll work on some together.
Everybody, this is Mr. Mejia with a video for you. Today,
I need to share my sound. There we go.
I'm going to help you out with solving. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Mejia with a video for you. Today, I'm going to help you out with solving word problems. Now, here's some steps for solving word problems that you can use for every word problem that you come across. Number 1, read the problem at least 2 times. Sometimes with our first time reading, we can't really understand everything the first time around, so maybe a second time, even a third time would be appropriate. So at least 2 times. If you do more, that's great. Number 2, make a list of all the information available. Now, a lot of these word problems have a lot of, well, you guessed it, words. So sometimes the words get us confused with what we actually need to solve. So making a nice, and I'll show you this list, a nice short list will help you understand the problem a little bit better. And number 3, consider what the question is asking of you. Sometimes there's a lot of information that we don't need in word problems, so we need to really focus in on the question and really consider, what is this question actually asking me to do? And obviously, finally, solve. So these are the four steps you should take to solve a word problem. So let me show you what I did at my list. Or let's go with the word problem. In order to start constructing the house, Charlie and his father needed to gather wood from the forest. Charlie gathered 15 planks of wood, and his father got 10 planks. How many planks do they have in total? Now, that's a lot of words. And my first time around, let me go with my my steps for solving word problems. Number one says read the problem at least 2 times. Well, I read it once, I don't understand it, so let me read it again and see. Maybe much slower. In order to start constructing the house, Charlie and his father needed to gather wood from the forest. Charlie gathered 15 planks of wood, and his father got 10 planks. How many planks do they have total? All right. My next step is to make a list of all the information that's available. Here's what I gathered. Charlie has 15 planks of wood. Charlie's dad has 10 planks of wood. How many? And the question is asking me, how many do they have total? So that's step 2. Step 3 is consider what the question is asking of you. Well, this is the question. How many do they have total? And when I hear the word total, I'm thinking adding. I need to find a sum. I need to add. And finally, number 4 is solve. So this is how I solved it. I did 15 plus 10 is 25. So my answer is Charlie and his dad has 25 planks of wood total. And this was all easy for me to do because
he followed those steps. Okay? So that's what we're going to do today. Inside of your Seesaw activities, you have an assignment that's been released to you called Steps to Solving Word Problems. Please go ahead and add a response. We're going to work on the majority of this together. Steps to Solving Word Problems. Go ahead and add a response. We're going to work on the majority of this together. So I'll give you a moment to pull that up in your tab. So you're going to open up Seesaw while leaving Zoom open as well. And it is again called Steps to Solving Word Problems. Go ahead and open that assignment. And you're going to stay with us today. You are not going to work ahead because you have not yet seen my expectations for this assignment. So you will stay with us. You will not work ahead. All right. So before we begin, we need to know our directions. Step 1, watch the video. We've done that. Step 2, follow the steps taught in the video to solve each word problem. So that's something that I need to do. Draw a picture of the situation in the word problem to help you understand whether to add or subtract. Show all of your work. Use the pencil or pen tool to show your work. Click the check to turn in the work when you are sure it has been done correctly. All right, so let's get to work. We have a word problem here. Let's listen to this problem. There were 25 tennis rackets and 36 hockey sticks. How many more hockey sticks are there than tennis rackets? Remember, read the problem at least 2 times. Make a list of all the information available. Consider what the question is asking by drawing a picture, and solve. Okay, I've read it once. Let's read it again. There were 25 tennis rackets and 36 hockey sticks. How many more hockey sticks are there than tennis rackets? Let's get our pencil tool and underline the information that we've been given. We know there are 25 tennis rackets. We know there are 36 hockey sticks. So on Seesaw, you right now are completing this with me. This is a list of information. It says make a list of all the information available. So let's make a list of this. We have 25 tennis rackets. We have 36 hockey sticks. It's a rhyme, 36 hockey sticks. seeing a lot of people's screens on my screen right now that are not on Seesaw doing this assignment. Terrence is there, Elijah's there, Josh is there, Sophia's there, Vianney is there, Kimberly's there, Camille's there, Angel just got there, Levin is there, Justin is there, Chris is there, and a lot of you are there, but you're not doing what I'm doing. I've already done 4 things. I've underlined 2 things, and I've written 2 things down. Please stay with us. All right. So now it says read the problem at least 2 times. I've done that. Make a list of the information available. I've done that. Consider what the question is asking by drawing a picture. Let's draw a picture. So we have 25 tennis rackets. I'm going to draw a racket. I'm going to label it with a 25. I'm going to draw a hockey stick. And I'm going to label that with a 36.
You're good.
Oh, well, thank you. Much practice.
Mrs. Elsa, can you slow down for a minute?
I can. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, I can.
And Miss Sophia, what is that? What do that say on the side of the 25?
Tennis rackets. It's the same information from our problem right here. Tennis rackets.
Okay.
So our question, as you're writing, says, how many more hockey sticks are there than tennis rackets? It already told me that I have more hockey sticks. So I'm trying to figure out how many extra or how many more hockey sticks there are than tennis rackets, which means I'm going to be removing the same number of hockey sticks as there are tennis rackets. So I'm going to be seeing how many more there are of the hockey sticks. When I am asked how many more there are of something, this is going to be a subtraction problem. And one way that we can figure that out is because we know when we work on a subtraction problem, the number that is more is always on top. The number that is more is always on top, okay? So we're going to create over here in the solve area a subtraction problem. We know that the one that has more goes on top. So our hockey sticks number is going to go on top. So this will be 36 subtract 25.
Sorry that my screen keeps covering. Kyle is getting too distracted because he's not eating right now and he's messing with the computer.
Okay, stay focused on your schoolwork. All right, now we can solve. We have 36 subtract 25. 6 ones subtract 5 ones is possible. I have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting rid of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves me with 1. I have 3 tens. I am subtracting 2 of them. 1, 2. That leaves me with 1 10. So I have 11 purple unicorns flying through space. No, that's not what I have. I don't have purple unicorns flying through space.
You're wrong.
What do I have? What do I have 11 of?
Extra tennis rackets and hockey sticks.
11 hockey sticks?
11 hockey sticks. Yep, not the tennis rackets. It's only the hockey sticks because the question was how many more hockey sticks are available. So I need to put my label of 11 hockey sticks.
Purple unicorn flying through space.
One day I will give you guys a purple unicorn flying through space day, but today is not that day. All right. So this is how you can solve a problem that has a lot of words in it. Read the problem 2 times. That gives your brain time to understand what is there. Make a list of the information available. We've done that. Draw a picture. You're going to see on our next one why drawing a picture is a really great strategy. And then solve. Okay? Are there questions about how I solved this problem or the steps that I chose to take? What questions can I answer about this problem specifically?
How did you make it so straight?
Make what so straight?
Everything so nice.
That's just practice, kiddo. Ada, now?
Are you gonna let us do the second one by ourselves?
We are going to work on part of the second one together, and then I'll release you to solve it by yourself. And then you're going to work on some of the last parts completely independently. You'll get that time. You're ready for it, huh? Feeling good? Good. I love that. All right, let's take a look at slide 2. And if you are a person that's been working ahead, I locked your screen so that you can take time to listen to the instruction. It will unlock when we're ready to work on slide 2. All right, so step 1, read the problem at least 2 times. There's a nice video that'll read it to me here. I'm going to click play. Daniel found 108 rugby balls in the storeroom. Mr. Adams said there should be a total of 179 rugby balls. How many rugby balls were missing? All right, now I'm going to read it. Daniel found 108 rugby balls in the storeroom. This question has a lot to do with rugby balls, so I bet that's pretty important. I'm going to go ahead and underline it. Mr. Adams said there should be a total of 179 rugby balls. How many rugby balls were missing? That word missing seems very important. How many were missing? That's a big clue to me about whether I'm going to be adding or subtracting. So now I've read the problem 2 times. Step 2 is to make a list of the information available. What do we know? We know that there are 108 rugby balls in the storeroom. So 108 rugby balls are there. And we know that there is the storeroom. So there's 108 rugby balls there. That's the first piece of information we know. I'll give you time to write that.
Miss Sosa, could I just put the numbers?
So if you just put the numbers, what's going to happen is that you won't know whether that's how many are there or how many there are supposed to be. So you'll want to somehow say how many are there and how many there are supposed to be. So this says there's 108 in the storeroom. So if you wanted to make it shorter, you could put 108 storeroom. But then we have a total of 179. So we have to put 179 total. Okay, so this helps us know whether that's going to be the number we start with or the number that we're finishing with. We also know that some of the rugby balls are missing. That is some information that we got from the question. Some are missing. So if we know that some of the rugby balls are missing, we can imagine that the coach is saying, where are these? Where did they go? Why aren't they here? So that's going to be the drawing that I'm going to choose to make. I'm going to draw a coach, and he's going to be saying in his red shirt, and his black pants, and his blue hat, he's going to be saying, where are the other rugby balls? Which is exactly what we say when something's missing, right? When we're missing something, don't we say, where is it? I can't find it. Where did that go? This is what we say. So where are the rugby balls? That's what the coach is asking. He said there's supposed to be 179. There's only 108. So where in the world did these go? Go ahead and draw yourself a picture that helps you understand that some of the rugby balls are missing. And a rugby ball is kind of like a football, but it's a lot larger and it's more ovular. Looks more like an oval. So I'm going to draw my rugby ball as well. Kind of looks like a piece of bread. Oh well, I did my best. Levin.
I have something to say about the rugby balls.
Okay.
Rugby ball is what has a sport to it, and it's a big ball. It's kind of like football, but when you're tackled, you could throw it up, and if your teammate catches it, they can just keep going. You throw it to the other teammate until you get to the end zone.
Yes. Thank you for the background knowledge. It's very helpful to us. All right. So we're saying, where are the other rugby balls? So let me ask you guys this. If we're saying that something is missing, if the coach is saying there's supposed to be 179, what are we doing with these rugby balls? Are we adding them or are we subtracting them? If they're missing, what's happening? Terrence?
We're subtracting them because it's saying how many were missing, so we have to subtract.
Yeah, so think about in your guys' own lives. Like if you're sitting at home and you're like, where is my game controller? It's missing. You did not get a new one. You did not add a controller to your life. It's gone. It's been subtracted. You can't use it right now. So this is indeed a subtraction problem. When things are missing, we are subtracting them, okay? So we know when we subtract, we have to start with our greatest number. There are supposed to be a total of 179. So start with your total of 179. You have 108 of them. So if you count 108, what's going to be left is what's missing. So this will tell you how many are missing. Go ahead and solve that problem on your own. Solve that problem on your own. Sophia, that doesn't look like math work. I love the drawings of your guys' coaches. They're awesome. I can see them over here. Nice. And some of you chose to draw a rugby ball and label it with a number like we did with the tennis rackets and the hockey sticks. Whatever helps make sense to your brain. So we know that when we take a minute to draw that picture of that real life situation, we begin to see, oh, this is subtraction because it's missing. And as Terrence explained to us, when something is missing, we don't have it. So it's gone. It's been removed or subtracted. Okay? All righty, 179 subtract 108. Aiden Leachman, let's hear from you, bud, because you were very excited. What answer did you get? 179 subtract 108.
71.
You got 71, so you took 9 minus 8 equals 1. 70 minus nothing equals 70. 1 minus 1 equals nothing, so I agree. It is 71. 71 purple unicorns flying through space.
What are you talking about? It's rugby balls.
Well, how would I know that?
Because it's a word problem and you underlined your evidence.
I did, you're right. Look, rugby balls is right here 2 times. Actually 3 times. So you're right. 71 rugby balls. Remember, when you have a word problem, you need to have a word in your answer. All right? Word problem, word in your answer.
Who's playing Prodigy?
That's what I was about to say.
Not to get in trouble though.
Prodigy player
Mrs.
here.
Salsa, Mrs. Salsa,
Yes.
I need to go to a appointment.
Okay. You'll watch the rest of this video later to complete your work, okay?
All
All right. See you. Bye.
Miss Sousa,
Yes, ma'am.
can I go use the bathroom?
Yes. All right.
Everybody's leaving Zoom.
So let's take a look at problem 3. We're going to set these up, and then you guys are going to be solving these independently. Okay? We're going to set these up. You're going to solve them independently. So step 1, as always, we have them right here. It says read a problem at least 2 times. I'm going to listen to it the first time. Mr. Adams found 514 cans of soup in the pantry, and Daniel found 78 cans of soup on the kitchen counter. The chef passed by and told them he put 42 cans of soup in the warmer for the students' lunch. How many cans of soup in total are there? That's a lot of information. I'm going to read this again, and as I'm reading it, I'm going to underline what I think is important. Mr. Adams found 514 cans of soup in the pantry. Daniel found 78 cans of soup on the kitchen counter. The chef passed by and told them he put 42 cans of soup in the warmer for the students' lunch. How many cans of soup in total are there? There's a lot of soup going on here. So now I need to make a list of this information now that I understand it. Make a list of all the information available. So there are 514 cans, and I'm going to just put pantry because my brain knows that cans, pantry means there's cans in the pantry. So you're making your list of information right now as well, guys. 78 cans are on the kitchen counter. And 42 cans are in the warmer. I was asked how many cans there are total. So go ahead and create your list of information that you know.
Miss Salsa, my computer's breaking up.
Okay. Do as best you can. If you need to watch the video, it'll be available later.
Cause I typed in 72, and I can't move it to the list that says draw.
Okay.
Not draw, but the list of info.
Try to click outside on the screen and see if that brings up the boxes that you can move.
Huh? I can't hear you.
All right, we have a list of information. Now we're going to draw. So I'm actually going to draw a pantry. So I'm going to draw a door, like the closet where you hold your food. I'm going to draw that door. And I'm going to put a 514 on it. 514, and I'm going to draw a little can. Okay. Then we had 78 on the kitchen counter. So I'm going to draw a kitchen counter that's kind of connected to the drawer or to the pantry. And then I'm going to draw a can. And I'm going to put a 42 by it because that's a lot easier than drawing 42 cans, right? That's not really going to be a very helpful strategy to me to draw 42 cans. But labeling it with a 42 might. And then he said he put some in the warmer. So I'm going to draw like a little warmer that keeps our food hot for us.
Miss Sosa,
Uh-huh.
can I share what I drew?
If we have some time, yeah. I'm getting ready to set you guys to release to work, so I want to make sure we have enough time to get there. I love your excitement though, kiddo.
Me too.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I made a mistake. It said there were 78 cans on the counter, not 42. So I will need to put 78. There we go.
Oh, and you did it on the warmer thing on the list of info.
Miss Sosa,
Yes.
isn't the warmer basically the oven or the microwave?
Yes, it's very similar to that, the warmer. It just kind of keeps food warm after it's been heated up. So now I've been asked how many total. So I'm actually going to draw a nice circle around all of these to remind myself that I need the total of all of them. So when I look at my kitchen, the question is, how many cans of soup are there in total? Okay? You're going to solve this problem independently. We have made a list of the information available. We've considered what the question is asking by drawing a picture. You're going to do this solving independently. Okay? You are also going to complete slide 4 independently with all 4 steps. So you've seen us do this 2.5 times now. I want to see what you can do on slide 4. Okay? So for work time, you're going to solve problem 3. You're going to do all of the steps for problem 4. Okay? What questions can I answer about that assignment expectation? What questions are there about what you are expected to do?
Are we starting on it right now?
You can in a moment, yes, as soon as we finish talking about what's expected. Any other questions about what you are going to do? Okay, awesome. So come back to me. Go ahead and minimize your seesaw. Come to me so we can talk about our schedule and your expectations. I love it. Lacey is getting ready. She's got the dance ready. The thumbs up. She's good to go. All right. You are, as I just shared, during your work time at 12 o'clock, going to work on solving problem 3 and all of 4. At 12 o'clock, you also have your DMR. Okay? So your work time after lunch and recess is to finish this assignment and to work on DMR. You also should be working on Zearn every day. Just like you should be doing Lexia every day, you should be spending about 15 minutes on Zearn every day as well. So when you finish your assignments, you're going to get on Zearn. Okay? You are getting ready to go to lunch in 3 minutes. At 12 o'clock, this is your work time. This is also my office hours. Everybody is working at 12 o'clock. Whether you are on office hours with me or not, you are working at 12 o'clock. Okay? At 1:35, you have robotics and design with Mr. Nelson. And at 2:20, you have dismissal with me. Okay? So you're getting ready to go to lunch. At 12 o'clock, you're going to finish your math assignments, and you're going to finish anything else that you need to work on. If you need help, log in with me. At 1:35, you're going to Mr. Nelson's class. At 2:20, you are dismissing. Okay?
Miss Sosa,
Right.
about Lexia, I don't know the teacher's login.
Did you go through Clever?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll text you what you need. I'll send it to you right now. All right, kiddos, that is all that I have for you. If you do not have questions, goodbye. If you do have questions, please stay logged on, and I will talk with you soon.